Welcome back to Age of Strife, everybody. Jonathan's alive. He's at -6. If you guys can get him back to your healer by the end of the day, then he's guaranteed to survive and regain 1 HP every day until he gets to 0 or to 1. So it'll basically take a week of resting before Jonathan is able to do anything again. Think of him as, in the ICU after having been shot 6 times or whatever. And he's kind of in that state, and the doctor's like, well, we've done all we can do, and we just have to wait and see how it goes. He's in a coma right now. We'll just, good luck. We'll hope for the best, but there's nothing we can do at this point. So that's the sort of situation you're in. Without magical healing, you're just going to have to wait 6 days to rest up. But that's okay, because we can kind of skip around in time with the rest of the party. Torin is at what HP?
5 hit points.
All right, so you're also pretty badly wounded. If you hang out and rest and don't really do anything all day in the care of a proficient healer, you can regain 2 HP per day.
2 or 3?
They have to have a herbalism proficiency to get 3.
Right, yep.
We're also making sure that Fiona at least is stable and comes back to life.
Right.
You said she was at -7, so that no one forgets.
Right. Good job, guys.
Yeah,
In fact, everyone marked down 100 experience for remembering her HP, because I had already forgotten.
There we go.
You didn't tell us. You didn't tell us what the other guy that we stabilized was at.
That's because I have no idea.
Hey, Amy,
let's say he's at minus. Let's just roll a d10. He's at -5.
Okay.
I bet there's a fat bounty on Fiona's head.
Yeah.
I don't think a town is that rich.
There's
I think the public affection is worth the gold. If we can find out their lair or find out where they make camp, we can probably make a little bit of profit. But if they've been stealing from fishermen, probably not a great deal. But they might have been stockpiling, so I think it's worthwhile maybe us two going out and checking it out.
Right. So you guys row the boat back in. The fisherman is waiting for you. He lowers the portcullis as you guys come in and gives you an excited wave to see his boat there. He's clearly checking the boat out, looking for signs of danger.
I wave back excitedly out of instinct.
Raises the portcullis and runs alongside the river, or walks alongside the river, watching you guys to make sure you head back to the correct slip and all.
Just as we get into town, I give him like a nod and a little wave and point downwards and raise up a carp helm, just like
yes,
so you can see it a little bit.
He gets excited when you raise up a carp helm. And let's take a look at the map for a moment. So you guys are coming in from the east side of town. So as you're coming in over, make sure you guys can see what I'm seeing. As you guys are coming in from, wrong button, from over here, he starts, he raised the portcullis over here and starts coming down this way. You raise up the carp helm. He runs down onto the docks over here and starts nudging the other fishermen and pointing at you guys. And, clearly everyone's start looking up. You can hear him shouting something about, the Gill Gang! They got the Gill Gang! And pointing in your direction as you, raise the carp helm.
I'm going to say, Amy, raise the helm higher. I'm going to yell at them. We've been doing some fishing of our own.
I'm gonna raise it higher and then look at you, Tor, and be like, you hold it higher. You're the tall guy. And hand it to you.
He's rowing.
All right, I'm rowing. Yeah.
I'll start rowing now that we're closer, if that's possible.
Sure.
All right. I'll stand up and make a big stoic figure.
All right. Make me a dexterity check. You are on the boat for the first time in your life, and you're standing up. Make a dex check.
Yeah, my 16 wisdom failed me in my jubilation. That's okay. If they save me as I drown, then
my 7 wisdom always serves me well.
Oh yeah.
All right. You stand, it wobbles, but you catch yourself and manage to stand up all the way with the helm. You're fine. No one dies.
After a dramatic pause, I then hurriedly sit back down.
Okay. You guys can make landfall at the other dock down by the fish market, where the fisherman that you guys ran into is more excitedly telling everyone, and a large crowd begins to gather at the base of the dock, looking out towards you guys as you arrive with 3 wounded bodies in this boat rowed by 2 people.
I'll chuck the rope and shake the fisherman's hand and make it very clear that there's an association between us. And then I'll call out for, we need assistance. There is people to carry.
Okay.
Who would help us?
You managed to round up a couple of volunteers. Everyone wants to be a part of this victory. You know, something great has happened in this shitty, horrible world with everything suffers, and there's a good thing going on, and everyone wants a piece. So they quickly rally around to carry Bradley, Fiona, and the unnamed bandit.
I'm going to whisper to Amy, this town doesn't need nobility, it needs heroes.
Okay. We're going. Everyone's going back to our house to have a little celebration. And where I tell the people who are carrying and the crowd that they can come hang around in our courthouse and just generally, celebrate.
I'll say for a short time, but that is my brother that you're carrying. So if you could respect our need to attend to business, that would be, your understanding would be appreciated, good sirs.
Sorry, I was looking at something else. What were you saying?
Well, we're just heading back in.
Okay.
I'm telling the people that are carrying and following us that they can come into our, outside our house, between, our wall and our house, and just celebrate there. As long as Jonathan is put in a safe location in our house and the other people are set nicely, and they can hang around until it goes dark and just.
Oh, I'll stop you at that point. I'll just put a hand on your arm and say, Amy is very well guided, but we would respect some space because it's my brother that lies here. Perhaps though you could go into the town and celebrate and spread the word of this momentous day.
So they help you bring the bodies back to your estate. Some of them do hang out around outside, hoping for a glimpse or some information. Others go out into the town, and you lose sight of what the peasants are doing while you guys bring back these bodies.
I'll grab one of the peasants and say, if you could let the sheriff know that we have returned and that we request the bandits in custody.
The peasant goes off running, so excited to be part of something useful. Excited to have meaning in his life.
Inside the house, I'm gonna find mother Danny and tell her about the good news. I'll get the carp helmet and just make sure she holds onto it, and so she can feel it and feel that it is real, because she can't see.
Right. So we don't have to roleplay all of this out, but Danny's at first worried when you explain what happened, but she doesn't, really let it show. She's a stoic warrior. You explain the full story, and she's pleased. Your surgeon, whose name I'm always forgetting, Susan sees to the corpses. She can oversee. She can tend to 6 people a day. Bodies. She can tend to 6 people a day. There's 3 unconscious and 1 Tauren who needs healing, so she can tend to all 4 of you without any problem. Tauren, if you do nothing other than lounge around the house, you can regain 2 HP per day.
All right. Can I make a short trip out to town crier?
Yeah, you won't be gaining any HP today anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna, in that case, at some point, once everything's all sorted out and settled down, I'll probably head to the town crier and give a full description of the exact nature of the battle.
Hey.
Emphasizing, well, specifically my role in that.
Sure.
What will you be saying about Jonathan?
That we were cruelly ambushed and Jonathan fell from many arrows at the start.
It's the truth, so that's good. We could make it look like we all were heroic.
Mm.
Yeah.
Soren has an altruistic reason for this, but
Okay.
yes.
As you head out into the town, you notice it's starting to rain a little bit. The water starts coming down, not quite heavily, but there's a definite trickle that's hitting your town now, and the people are all looking up and kind of feeling the rain. Kids start running around in circles, dogs are barking. There's a lot of chatter of, oh, thank God. Oh, we were all going to starve this winter. You find the town crier and, explain to him what's happened. He's hanging out in the town hall. He's one of the few obese men in town. The town crier's got an easy job. All he's got to do is be charismatic and speak, and somehow or another he's managed to maintain a good payroll. So he's a very jowly man whose toga barely covers his girth. And he's sitting down there eating a juicy chicken as you relay to him the story of what happened.
Yeah. I will then also, on the back of that, I will then say also our house was set upon by some bandits. The Iron Claw. Was it Iron Claw or Long Claw? I'm never going to remember that. Long Claw gang. Now, there was a man with a blue beard who was also a warlock. Could you please let that be known? Because a warlock amongst our walls.
Yes, the warlock with the blue beard. I have spread. I have already informed the people of his potential danger.
Very good. If perhaps you could keep that on their minds and perhaps highlight the despicable nature of those who wield magic.
Of course, my lord. The standard fees for these things apply, of course. He says, rubbing his hands together greedily.
And you can put that to the sheriff, as this is a town issue.
Perhaps. I will speak to the sheriff on this matter. He may not agree. You may be hearing from me soon.
Let me make an arrangement with you then, that if you do have information relayed to you and you pass it on, then that will be worth some value.
Of course.
Very well.
I am a contributing member of our society. I am not.
Very good.
Yes. I think we have an understanding.
Yes, you are the communication of the town. You are the life of the town.
Yes. I will see you soon, Lord Amberfall.
Very well.
Okay. So you guys rest up.
Yeah. Also, can we search Fiona and the other body?
Yes, you can. Fiona has a bag of 25 silver. The other guy has a bag of 10 silver.
All right.
Not a lot.
No. Slightly less than the 400 gold we need.
Yeah. So we could just go ahead and skip forward about a week, 6 days, until Jonathan is recovered and the unnamed guy wakes up. The sheriff, of course, does come by, see to these people, offers to put them
During the
in
6
jail.
days, I'd like to use my thieves' cant and skills to get rid of the bows for whatever profit I can make from them.
Sure. I think you might realize that you don't have to sell bows on the black market. You can just.
I'm gonna do it anyway, though.
All right. Okay. All right.
So it's 4 bows, 4 quivers, and 60 arrows. I'm gonna keep the 3 spears and 6 daggers because they seem like perfectly good weapons to keep in our sparring hall. I think we have.
Okay. 4 bows, 4 quivers, and how many?
60.
Okay, you're selling
Broadheads.
all the daggers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. The daggers can stay. We'll keep them.
Actually, can I take one of the daggers?
Yeah. We'll keep the daggers and the spears, It's just that none of us are proficient in short bow,
No.
and 4 of them is way more than enough. So
Yeah.
get rid of it.
Yeah, good stuff.
Okay. It'll take you a while to sell this stuff because there's not just people standing around hoping to buy short bows with 45 gold in their pocket. So why don't you remove them from your character sheet, and we'll say this is your downtime activity for the next for the rest of this month, for the next 4 game sessions. Your downtime activity is going to be trying to sell these items because there's not a big call for these sorts of weapons. It'll take you a while to do it. But we're going to record the money now so we don't forget. So all told, you get 77 gold and 6 silver for the weapons.
77?
77 gold and 6 silver.
6 silver.
Right.
Okay, that's noted.
But
That's right.
to be honest, hold on, we should divide that into gold pieces versus silver pieces as long as we have the ability to keep track of them. So it's going to be 9 gold pieces and 686 silver pieces.
687. That's a stack.
686.
A 686. I know where that stack's going.
Yeah. Most people deal in silver, especially when it comes to people that don't necessarily have a lot of money. All right. So the sheriff offers to hold the prisoners in jail cells, which I think the healer says she'll head out there and take care of them there every day, so you don't have to keep them in your house. And 6 days later, Jonathan wakes up, and 6 days later, Torn has gained 10 hit points.
Yeah, so I'm at full.
Okay.
The next day would be when Fiona wakes up.
Right, so Fiona's not awake yet. You guys don't really know when it is that she's going to wake, but I just
Means
want to get Jonathan back
we've
in
got
the
a
game.
day to speak to Jonathan.
Yeah.
Brother, you're awake.
It's October 8th right now, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Jonathan, you should have seen it when we came back into town. We had an actual party. I mean, we didn't host any party, but we had a little gathering. And you want to invite the brewery people around? They're gonna want to be here now.
Yes. Okay, little sister.
It is good to see you awake, brother.
Yes. What happened?
After you fell, I hacked them all down, and I think our uncle is with us. As all those years of sparring with him, I think he saved our life a 3rd time.
My eyes are wide and glossy, and I don't really have a lot to say, just kind of taking it all in.
We captured Fiona alive.
We
That
have
has been done.
we have the trophy. I point over to the helmet, which might be on display nearby.
Jonathan just kind of nods his head to it all.
We won, brother.
We did.
And hopefully, once Fiona wakes up, or once this other one wakes up, we can find where they made their home, and hopefully.
Well, the other guy's already awake, so the 3 of you can go down and see him in the jail, if you'd like.
Okay. Very well, Sheriff.
All right.
We've come to speak to.
It's been 6 days. The rain moved across the town back down towards the Meadowlands, where it dumped most of its contents.
So was it enough for the populace to?
it wasn't the big strong rain that they needed, but it was close enough that now they just need another small one and they should be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
People are looking up. Even if there's no more rain, not all the crops will die, but people are still praying for a little bit more. Anyway, you're down in the sheriff's office.
Yeah, on the way to the sheriff's office, I actually take my crossbow.
Okay. Sure. The graffiti on the streets has been cleaned up. At least the one outside of your house has been cleaned up. There's no more Displacer Beast and Lion begging. You still get a couple of snickers here and there from people as you walk by, and there are a few other places where you see paintings of a Displacer Beast, with an alms cup reaching out for money. And there's one on like the back of the town hall, and a few other spots here and there. Anyway, you get to the sheriff's station. He's sitting in there with his feet up on a table, cleaning his nails with a knife. Sees you guys coming in, goes, "Whoa, Amberfall folks, Amberfall folks, whatever your names are. It's good to see. Good to see you. This little sucker woke up the other day, didn't you, Jordy? Huh, Jordy? You're in jail, aren't you, for being a bandit? You know what the price for being a bandit is in this part of the world? Yeah, you're gonna get hung, Jordy. Huh? How do you like that? But before you die, these people are gonna question you. And if you don't answer their questions, Jordy, you're gonna get asked questions by my brother. Have you heard of my brother? He likes to ask people questions, and he likes it when they don't give him straight answers. Have you met him yet, Jordy? Huh? Huh? Hey guys, how's it going? You wanna ask him some things?
Yeah, Jordy, you remember all those days when you were banditing, and maybe you might have seen people going into the water and they got eaten by the carp? The feeding frenzy. We're gonna do that to you.
Jordy.
I walk up to the cell and I take my pimp cane and I start poking at him.
He just kind of moves back and curls up into a ball so you can't quite reach him.
I look back to the sheriff. Can you open this gate so I can kill this man now?
Whoa! No. Hold on. No one cheats the hangman in my court or my town. Can't kill him yet. We need to hang him publicly.
Because you have a great grip on this town, I should just let you continue doing your job. You'll hang this man just like you found the Bluebeard, right?
Hey, this is a good day for us all. Why are you being such a... Come on, we got the Gill Gang. This is great.
I'll be happy when you can get my name right.
We did perhaps Jonathan and the sheriff. I think it's very true. It's a very good day for the gang. Perhaps in the spirit of good faith, you could open up the jail so that we could perhaps warm him up for your brother.
That's fine. That's fine. Just don't kill him. All right. I just got him alive and talking recently. If you kill him, how are we supposed to question him?
I'll look at Jonathan and say the public spectacle would be very good for our name.
The sheriff goes and opens the gate, lets you head in. The guy's there in trousers, no shirt, curled up in a ball on the backside of the jail cell, looking at you, head kind of cast down. What do you do, Jonathan?
So they open the gate.
Yeah.
I walk in and I pull my arm way back with the cane and just smack him with it.
You crack him in the head. He crumples into a ball on the ground and just shields himself.
I kick him a few times and I kind of brace myself against the wall, just aiming to break a few ribs.
Yeah, you beat him.
I back off and say, "He's yours, brother."
Yeah, I'm gonna actually, before you do get that opportunity, I'm gonna actually step in and just restrain you just gently and say, "Oh, please, perhaps Jordy would be more willing to talk rather than experience pain."
As you're trying to restrain me, you can tell that there's a lot of emotional passion in it. And
Jonathan's
picking at something more than just this man. But
Lots of frustration. So I'm not restraining.
Subdues himself and calms in your arms.
Yeah, I'm not restraining to stop you. I'm just like placing a supportive hand on your arm, as you know, this is all part of the plan. But yeah, not restraining you as in stopping you.
While they have this conversation, I'm going to lean into Jordy and say, I'm going to tie you to the front of a boat. I'm going to sail you right into Nixon.
Yes, well, perhaps we can help, Geordie. Amy, could you possibly get a water for this poor man?
Well, he's going to get enough water when we dip him in the river, isn't he?
Yes, Amy. If you could just heed my words, just
Oh, all right. I'll go get the water.
Is Fiona awake as well? Where's she at?
She's unconscious in the cell next to him.
Okay.
Yeah, Geordie, I'm gonna sit down or kneel down next to him, sort of thing. Geordie, all this can stop. I can stop them. The beating, etc., can stop. Nobody deserves that. I understand that you've been together with Fiona and the gang for a very long time. How did that happen? What happened after the war?
Kind of tentatively sits back up. Sniffle. We went back towards our homes, and the fields were barren. No one was around. People had, most of our friends were dead. Wasn't a lot to do back home, so we couldn't make a living that way, and we've been screwed over by the wealthy nobles who thought that we were just cannon fodder, that go back and take their town so they can plunder it for their own riches, and come home and find our friends dead, our fields gone. So, if some people in this world think they can abuse others for their personal gain, why shouldn't we? But we're better about it. We don't kill people unless we absolutely have to.
Yeah, you have honor. Yeah, you have your dignity. I too am a soldier. I've not seen war. For that, I give you my utmost respect. But it's over now.
Well.
Like a good soldier, the only thing you have now is the manner of your death that you have control over. Walk there proudly. Now, there is one thing. How far away was your encampment? If you could just tell me. How far away was your encampment from where you were? And were there any lairs? Were there any crypts or any places you avoided?
He looks over at Fiona, who's still unconscious on a cot, and looks back to you and kind of shakes his head, and I can't tell you.
Hey, Neil, question. Who's all in this room? Is it just the unconscious people, us, and the sheriff?
Mm-hmm. Just Fiona, the sheriff, you guys, and Geordie.
As I look around the room, I want to see if there's a pair of keys laying around, a pair of cell keys.
No, the sheriff has them in his hand.
Okay. When he got the keys, did he pull them off a hinge on his side, or did I see where he got them from?
They were hanging from a nail in the wall. You can see where they normally hang.
Okay. I kind of want to watch him and watch for if and when he puts the keys back.
Okay.
Go on.
I sort of motioned to make a look at Jonathan, and as I'm talking with his non-compliance.
I walk up to them. Shall I beat you a little bit more, sir?
Now, Jonathan, I'm sure that's not necessary. He's an honorable man. Please, show restraint.
Sir, with the Gill gang gone, It's quite obvious. Everybody knows it. But the Gilgang, you guys come out of the villages between here and Nixon. And now with the Gilgang gone, people are going to talk. Now, what was your name again, sir? Was it George, I believe, or something like that?
Jordy.
Jordy, people are going to talk, and we're going to find out who your family are. Now, Jordy, I'm not as nice as my siblings. You guys put big holes in me, big holes that I'm not fond of. I will find out who your family is, and they will suffer for what you have done if you do not tell us what we want to know. There are things you love, things that you love that will exist even after you're gone. For their sake, I hope you speak up.
Brother, he is an honorable soldier, just like us.
Nothing honorable about this man. I suggest you speak up, sir.
I'm sure he.
I promise you, what you are going to suffer will be nothing compared to what I am going to do to your family.
It doesn't need to come to that. I'm sure Geordie here will tell us just that little bit of information. That
I hope he does tell us too. I hope Geordie does tell us too. So what's it going to be, Geordie? Do you have a wife? Do you have kids, Geordie?
I can't stop him. He's my older brother, Geordie. It's all up to you.
He hangs his head in shame and mumbles something.
What was that, Geordie? Speak up. Speak up, Geordie. I didn't quite hear it.
Stratsburn.
Stratsburn? Is this one of the villages, Neil?
Yeah. Stratsburn.
What am I going to find in Stratsburn, Geordie?
We, outside of Stratsburn, there's an old ruined barn.
I am thankful that you have cooperated this day, Geordie. I hope you're being honest, because if not, it's gonna be ugly. Good man. And I pat him on his head, and then I turn and walk away.
All right, I'm gonna come back with a bucket of water, go into the cell, put it down next to him, lean in, and say, "If you drown yourself now, you can save us all some time." Give him a smile. I'm like, "This bucket can fit a head in it. I made sure of it." I turn around and go,
You guys are monsters. All right, so he's told you about the abandoned barn outside of Stratsburn. If we take a look at the map, you guys know that Stratsburn is actually nowhere near the river. Stratsburn is down near the Barrens.
"Yeah, that's quite far."
Yeah, it's really far from the river. It's the last place anyone would think to look for people of the Gilgang. It's way far away from the river.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Wow, I'm just gonna stand there aghast at my sister. She obviously got that from mother.
All right, well, we have like 20 minutes left. We can do some experience and wrap up now, or we can push into overtime and head down to Stratsburn.
It's a public holiday, so I'm right to keep on going.
I'm good to keep going.
Ben, I know it's pretty late there for you right now.
No, I'm fine. I usually stay up after Age of Strife for shenanigans.
Okay, we're gonna take an early break right now, and then we're gonna come back with Act 5 and figure out what's down by the abandoned barn. I don't think Act 5 is gonna take super long, so we'll see you guys on the other side of our break. Bye-bye.